I feel the universe is pushing me to do a video on how miracles happen. In the Gulf, we can definitely use a miracle there, but you have to understand the science of what a miracle is. This is one of the hardest things to explain in a manner that is able to be understood by those that are going to view this video. I think I'm on my sixth attempt at this video. You have to understand what a miracle is. First of all, a miracle is something that you think is impossible. We live in a world where everything is possible. So how is it that some things are impossible? Um, every problem, look at your own past. Every problem that you've experienced magically went away when you found the information that unfolds the solution. So therefore, every problem is nothing more than a lack of information. Um, you can want something, consciously want something, need something, but never attract it because your subconscious mind doesn't believe, for some odd reason, doesn't believe that you deserve it or that you have the power to make it happen. So it's a matter of trying to understand your subconscious mind, your subconscious belief systems that are controlling every one of your experiences. Now, to better explain this, I've tried in many of my other videos explaining some of the miracles that I experienced and that I studied, and I wanted to find the sciences that say, okay, how did that happen? Part of it is when you get yourself into a state when you know, with no doubt at all, it's going to happen. Then a miracle happens. And generally, from my experience, it takes about 2 weeks. But you can't just say, oh, this is going to happen, and wait 2 weeks and then it doesn't happen. It's because you didn't believe it. And it's like you believe it as strong as you believe there's going to be air with every breath that you take. You don't even think about it. You just open your mouth and breathe in, and you know there's going to be air there for you to breathe. That is the level that you need to believe in any event that you wish to create. So what prevents you from having this belief, for the most of us, is our subconscious mind is saying it ain't gonna happen. So you have to have a belief system that's so much stronger than those little voices, that subconscious belief that says it ain't gonna happen. And I think I've shared a few miracles that I've experienced and studied. One of them was a time where I had zero money, I had no income, lived in the most expensive area in Canada, and was sick of living in low-income housing, and I wanted to buy a house. Now, the whole universe is telling me that ain't gonna happen. And I'm saying I'm buying a house. And I know, there is no doubt I am buying a house. It's the wildest thing to have such a knowing, uh, as strong as the knowing is that there is air there for you to breathe every time you take a breath. But if you can get yourself into that state where you know with no doubt, then the miracle happens. And that was what was happening with this particular event. Is I believed without doubt, nobody could convince me otherwise. I knew I was going to buy a house. And what happens is you are so excited about what you know that you're talking about it. So when I wanted to buy this house, I'm telling everybody I'm buying a house. And I didn't have the house, I didn't have the money, I had no credit, I had nothing going for me. So everybody was saying, you can't do that. So if you are manipulated by society's belief systems, if they can get at you in your subconscious mind to have one tiny little doubt, then it doesn't happen. But while you are announcing it out in the world, you are putting the vibrations out in the world that controls all matter, that forms and collects itself together to create the event and experience that you want it to experience. And in this particular case, that's what I was doing for 2 weeks. I was so friggin' excited about this new house. And I ended up at a post office telling this one girl I'm buying a house. And she was saying, yeah, how are you going to pull that off? Well, happens to be that some really wealthy person just overheard the conversation, and she just happened to want to be dumping some of the property that she had. And within 2 weeks, I moved into a brand new home. For some reason, magically, the banks approved it while not having any money at all. Somehow the deposits got made. Everything worked itself out perfectly, just like a miracle. And within 2 weeks, I moved into this new home, which the whole world thought was impossible. And what actually made it possible is the fact that I believed it with no doubt whatsoever. Now, in trying to make some things happen in my life right now, for instance, this is the same problem everybody else has, is I wouldn't mind finding a life partner. I can put it out there in the world that I'm going to find it, but I can't even say those words out loud because inside me, I don't believe it's possible. And it's the exploration of why do you believe it's impossible. And when you can examine yourself and examine your subconscious mind, you can see where all of your little belief systems are. In my case, the things that I need to transform is the fact I don't believe there is a guy out there for me that would be that perfect match, that synchronicity, that understanding, that you know that attractiveness. um, I just don't believe that it's going to be there. And as long as I don't have that belief, it ain't going to show up. I'm kind of working on it enough for me to even put it out there, in creating this video. So that tiny little bit that I voice that out, things will start to happen in attracting this amazing guy that I've been waiting all my life for. Because I've now said it, it now puts a little bit of energy towards that. Now, it won't completely happen until I start feeling with no doubt whatsoever that this is going to happen. Because what will happen is my physiology, the way I hold myself, the way I believe in myself, is going to be what attracts what it is that I want. The conversations I have, the signs that I believe in myself is what's going to make it all happen. I'm not completely there yet, so I can't say that within 2 weeks that miracle will happen. But when I get myself into that state where I know what I know, what I know, then it will just show up. And that's kind of what we need to do with this Gulf oil spill. We kind of need a miracle. And if you sit there and, visualize this thing shutting down, it's like, do you really believe it's going to happen? Do you believe it so much that you're bragging about it with everybody? That you're getting a collective consciousness working towards you because they believe in you so much that that belief transforms into them and they now believe in it. It is our subconscious mind that's holding reality together. It is the most insane thing. I've hoped I can explain this so everybody can comprehend it. But we kind of need a few miracles in our world today. And as long as we believe the world's falling apart, we create that reality. As long as we believe people won't get it, we create that reality. As long as we believe somebody's going to save us and we don't believe it, then we're going to create that reality. We create what we really truly believe within our subconscious mind, and we need to wake up to that.